What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Today I just wanted to chat a little bit about my experiences with Fiasp insulin. So I don't know if you saw my last video, but for a couple years I've used Afrezza, which is an inhaled insulin, and I just recently switched over to an insulin pump, Omnipod insulin pump. When I started on the pump, my doctor recommended that I try out Fiasp, which is essentially just a faster acting version of Novolog insulin. Faster acting meaning that it peaks in your system quicker because they add vitamin B12 to it. So this seems like a great idea, of course, because why would you not want a faster acting insulin, especially for me coming off of inhaled insulin, which is the fastest acting that you can get. So I was super excited about it. But after talking with some people and after using it in the pump with myself for a while, it seems that it has some issues in a pump setting. It works great when it's injected, but when it goes in a pump, it tends to have some absorption issues. So I just wanted to talk through some of the things that I've experienced. Okay, so once I got my settings working in my pump, I've only been on the pump for probably about like a month and a half now. So with the Fiasp, the basal tends to work okay most of the time, actually. So the basal rates, once we got them set, kept me relatively steady throughout the day, which was good. But the problem came about with bolusing. So with boluses, it would either work great and I would pre-bolus and it would bring me down perfectly before my meal, and then it would avoid that spike. But a lot of the times it seemed to not work at all, and my blood sugars just shot right up to 220, 250. So it seems that it's so unpredictable. Like with some of the boluses, I think just having such a large amount of insulin going into that same spot where the pump is, for some reason your body just can't absorb it well. Like I said, with the basal, it seems to work fine. So I think it's just that bigger amount of insulin. Same thing with correction boluses. So sometimes the correction that I would give to bring me down would work relatively fast. Other times I would end up pumping myself with insulin for hours and then it wouldn't come down still. And then, 4 or 5 hours later, I would be low and I would just keep eating and eating and eating and nothing would bring it up. So the insulin seemed to be kind of like sitting there under my skin and then was just deciding to absorb later in the day, if that makes sense. One thing I did find though is it definitely works really well when it's injected. So there was a couple times where instead of giving my correction through the pump, I just did it through a syringe, and it seemed to bring me down pretty fast pretty much every time. And this is something that a lot of people online have also talked about, where they use it in pens and it works great for them. But as soon as they try to use it in a pump, they have these same absorption issues. So yeah, if you're thinking about going on Fiasp, I just kind of wanted to preface with my experiences and a couple other people's having the same experiences. Just that unpredictability of absorption in a pump is too much to handle, in my opinion. Of course, you want something that's very predictable, that you'll be able to, use for years to come without any issues. I'm not saying not to try it. Maybe you could give it a shot, but if you start seeing some of these same issues come up, know that it's pretty likely some kind of absorption issues. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reach out with any questions and check out my website, type1onthemove.com.